Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder. In this video, we will decode the latest filing from BioLargo Inc. and see if their latest announcement is really something to write home about or just another press release in the wind. Before we dive into the nitty-gritty, if you love getting these quick, no-nonsense breakdowns of what's really going on behind the corporate curtain, make sure you're hitting that subscribe button. And hey, we've got a fantastic community over on Discord where we discuss these filings in real time, so join us there, link is in the description below. Alright, let's get straight to it. BioLargo Inc. dropped this report on July 23rd, 2025. Now, this isn't a massive in-depth quarterly report, but it's a current report, so it highlights a specific event or update. And in this case, it's all about a press release they issued about a day or two shy of this filing date. The main point here, the why behind this filing, is pretty simple. Companies have to tell everyone about important things that could affect their stock price, and they have rules about how they do it. This section, Regulation FT Disclosure, is basically their way of saying, hey, we put out some information and we're properly telling the world about it according to the rules. So what was in this press release that warranted an official report? Well, the filing itself doesn't give us the details of the press release, but it tells us where to find it. This little reference here points us to Exhibit 99.1, which is stated as the press release. This is where the actual news is. Think of this 8K filing as the cover letter announcing that a press release has been sent out worldwide. Now let's talk about what kind of company BioLargo is and what it trades for. They're listed with common stock under the trading symbol BioLargo on the OTC Cage exchange. For those unfamiliar, OTC exchanges are generally for smaller companies or those that don't meet the strict listing requirements of major exchanges like the NYSE or NASDAQ. This often means less liquidity and potentially more volatility. BioLargo is incorporated in Delaware, a common state for businesses to form due to its business-friendly laws. Their principal executive offices are located in Westminster, California, and they can be reached at 1-800-863, but don't call them unless you're an investor with a serious question, of course. As we move down, we see item 9.01, which deals with financial statements and exhibits. This is crucial because it usually lists the actual financial data or other key documents behind the filing. But again, we see that Exhibit 99.11, the press release, is listed here. This really emphasizes that the focus of this particular 8K is the information contained within that press release. While this 8K itself is quite brief, the real substance lies in that attached press release. You'll also notice this entry for Exhibit 104, the cover page interactive data file. This is part of the SEC's push for more machine-readable data, allowing investors and analysts to more easily process and analyze company filings. It's like a standardized digital summary of the report's front page. And finally, the signature section. This is where the company officially signs off on the report. Here we see Dennis P. Calvert, President and Chief Executive Officer, giving it the official nod dated July 25. So what is the actual story here? This 8K filing is essentially a notification. BioLargo issued a press release on July 23rd, 2025, and this form is just officially telling the SEC and the public that it happened. The critical information, the actual news that could move the stock, is inside that press release. Since we don't have the content of Exhibit 99 Bertollier informed directly in this document, we have to infer the significance from the fact that it was important enough to be formally announced via an 8K. This type of filing is often used for important business developments, acquisitions, significant contracts, or major announcements via an 8K. This type of filing is often used for important business developments, acquisitions, significant contracts, or major announcements that management believes investors need to know about promptly. Now, looking at this from a broader perspective, BioLargo operates in a sector that often involves innovative technologies but can also be very R&D intensive and cash hungry. Companies like this on the OTC markets can be exciting, but they also carry higher risks. Without the actual press release content, it's hard to judge if this is a game changer or just routine business. However, the fact they're filing this means something happened that they deemed material. What we really need to know is what was in that press release. Was it a breakthrough technology announcement, a new partnership, a significant sales contract, or perhaps a piece of news that, while technically reportable, doesn't fundamentally change the landscape for the company? Without that detail, this 8K is just a signpost. My take on this filing is straightforward. It alerts us that there is important news, but we need to seek out Exhibit 99.1 to get any real substance. Companies on smaller exchanges like OTCQX, while offering potential for growth, also require a higher degree of due diligence from investors, and that begins with understanding the actual news they release, not just that they release news. The key takeaway is to go find that press release. The potential risks here are that the news in the press release might be less impactful than the filing suggests, or it could represent a positive turning point. What's your take on this BioLargo filing? Did you manage to find that press release and get the full picture? Drop your thoughts and any insights you have in the comments below. If this breakdown was helpful and saved you some time, please smash that like button. And for what straightforward dives into company filings and financial news, make sure you're subscribed. Don't forget to check out our Discord community linked in the description. We'd love to have you there. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next Decode.